Howdy guys, how's it going? So I am taking, and I've been following the same creek where we've done those past two camps, or we've done those two creekside camps, and I found this pretty dang large flat area right off the creek at the bottom of the hill that I'm definitely going to be taking and tent camping and stuff at in the future. This looks like a phenomenal place to test out some new tents and everything, and I think if I actually take a back route, I can even get down to this spot with the ATV. Really glad I took and followed this down a bit further today, because I thought that this was all growed up right behind y'all like it is in that area right there. But excited to get out because we've had a much cooler evening with lower humidity today, and then tonight we should be dipping down to about 52 degrees, so that's very nice. And I really wanted to get out and test out this new pack that I've got on my back, and this is the JayJays Daypack 35 liters, and I thought, you know what, taking it out, might as well pair it with the JayJays smock, which I will be honest with you, hiking in, still a bit too warm for my personal preference wearing this. I am sweating a good bit, so we will take it off. But it's still done good, and then it's paired with their webbing set, and I will say that it's kind of a must if you're actually going to be putting weight to have the webbing set, since this pack doesn't have a hip belt. The webbing actually acts as your hip belt, and it is extremely comfortable to hike in with. I'm really kind of surprised at the overall amount of gear that I was able to pack in with still plenty of room to spare. I'm going to try to decide, there's lots of great places for us to string up our tarp, because we're just doing a tarp and bivy camp tonight. We've got a US MRE that we'll be chowing down on, because I think we've got about 30 to 2 hours of sunlight left, so we'll go ahead and get this off and get to it. And if you're wondering, my pistol is not on my hip, because what I like to do is actually put it in what I believe they call the admin pouch on this, just still in my holster. It fits great with like plenty of room to spare. And then I just throw this on after, you know, I get to where I'm going, and that way it's still on my person. So it will be nice to have this smock a little bit later when the temp drops down to about the low 50s. So it's not soaking wet. I mean, I didn't sweat honestly as bad as I thought I would, because again, the humidity has finally took and dropped a wee bit. It looks like for at least the next week or so, we're not supposed to be getting above the mid 70s during the day. Now, so for our shelter system and everything, and like how all this stuff has panned out together, I've got my tarp and stuff here, all most of my sleeping gear, and even a chair in the pack, and I've got 4 liters of water, even though I know it's going to be by a creek, just to test out these side pouches, see how they done going through. I had to cut through a lot of like thick stands of brush and briars and things of that nature. So right here should be, I'll set this off to the side, brought out the 6 a.m. Outdoors tarp. The exact model of this one I don't remember the name of. Again, I always link to the stuff I use in videos in the video description, but this is the smaller of the 6 a.m. tarps I have, and it's ultra light, and it covers a very large area to be this size. So got that, and then I got some different cordage options with me. Okay, so we'll get this bad boy out, and I think I see where I'm going to put it, because I want to have the back side of the tarp actually facing the creek tonight, because this exact little stretch right here seems like the best spot where I'll have to do the least clearing of anything. But we still probably have to cut out some of the ferns and everything growing right here. This thing smells like a campfire, so it's not too long for what I want to do here. Okay, so for this corner, I'm just going to use some jute twine and like double layer it, double wrap it, and that'll be plenty strong enough. Yeah, I think people often underestimate the sturdiness of jute twine and what you can do with it. And then I've got, like, I brought paracord and some rope roller cordage. And there's tons of sign of animal trails and tracks through here. Big thing is you just don't want to over tighten this, because I mean that jute twine will still break. Now, as you can see, this tarp is, to be that small form factor, this tarp is very large. So since we don't really need tons of cover area, I'm just going to stake it down here, which is not the furthest stake out point. And we'll just have this overhang at the back, which will be perfectly fine. There we go, that is all we need. Alrighty, so we'll take and just look at this pack a little bit real quick. This isn't going to be a full rundown of it yet, because this is my first time bringing it out. JayJays did send this to me just for field testing and to give some feedback. But if I think this thing's trash, then I can tell you there's no strings attached in that way. So we can put the 2 HydroPack water bottles here along the sides of these mesh pockets. Which the Elberly stock bag that I have is the first bag that I've really used with large mesh exterior pockets, but I really like these for rain gear, ponchos, things like that, because once they get wet, you can air them out and dry them a bit, but also a good place to put clothes. But yeah, having these 2 1 liter HydroPack bottles in there carried really good, and they did get snagged up on some briars, and again, first time use doesn't seem to show. I've got a few small things there in the top lid that's kind of insignificant at the moment, but we'll look at in a bit. But there's a really small zipper compartment there. We got a snow skirt draw tab there at the top. And so here I've got my Pike Trail chair, just because there was so much room here at the top. I thought, why not bring it? Because I didn't know, since I was pushing to a newer area, how bad ants and stuff like that would be. So we can set off the ground. Snug Pack jungle blanket. A Teppa sleeping pad. It's that new sleeping pad. I still got the tag on it. We're going to try it out. I do want to be careful because there is still small briars and stuff. It's hard to see. That's why I want to do it before it gets too dark. We've got our MRE in here. And then we have got the USMC Bivy, because this is what's going to keep the spiders and all that stuff from crawling in our ear holes. And that's pretty much everything I think I put in here. Oh, I got a Teppa pillow that goes to that sleeping pad. And then I've got these things of coffee, which we'll look at in a bit. But yeah, stove, all that other stuff is in there. And there was still plenty of room in this thing. Because again, it's 35 liters. And I don't think that includes the side pouches. I could be mistaken about that. But again, like, we can talk about this thing in more detail at another point in time. But just wanted to go ahead and get this thing out. And yeah, so things ain't crawling. We'll put this in there. Get our food. So we'll go ahead and do our bivy. Because with this sleeping pad, it is square. The USMC Bivy is mummy style, but I'm thinking that this will work because you normally don't put a sleeping pad in this thing because it doesn't have a ton of room like the MSS does. Although I do want that to be my primary moisture barrier, just for what I'm going with. I do have something else with me that we can use, but we're going to just see if this works. And since I brought my chair with me, I might actually use this orange ground mat that I had as just a bit of a barrier right here, because I do see a briar that I'm a bit concerned with. I can get it out of the way. But where my upper body is going to be with the most weight and everything, that will just kind of keep the bivy from getting any more moist than it needs to. I didn't bring my inflatable pump because this thing's storage bag is its inflation sack. And this sleeping pad too was kind of overkill for what we was doing, but I really just was eager to bring it out for an overnighter. Boom. Really simple concept that just matches up with the inflation sack there. It just fits into place. And we just start capturing air and rolling this. And the model of this one is the Packlight 11. I think this has an R value of like 6.6, which again for that's winter. Because now you definitely cannot do this with, you know, and still have like a warm sleeping bag. But since we kind of underinflated this, and this makes it hold its shape, this is actually curving right there. You see I can push down that material. So between just a jungle blanket and then the little bit of warmth that we'll just get from being inside of the Bivy bag, we'll be good to go. Things up so we don't lose them. But this thing's stuff sack actually inflated this thing pretty quick. That. Okay, let's take and get her chair set up. I haven't used the Pike Trail chair in a while, but it is probably the most compact and lightweight one that I have. And if you've been around the channel, you know that I have had this thing for quite a while. Got that. Oh, and we are golden. So, I'll go ahead, I don't think I mentioned the specific MRE that I brought out. This is one of the last ones that I have, or it might be the last one out of the case from MRE Mountain. So, we'll need to get some new US MREs to have for this winter. But this is the beef goulash, which is one of my favorites for sure. And I'm pretty hungry, so we're probably not going to wait till dark to crack into the main. I need something in my stomach. Set that there. Boom, and there is our main. Got chunky peanut butter, strawberry jelly, so that already means peanut butter and jelly for a type of dessert. Got sugar cookies, so plenty of sweets in this one already. I hope we have some more salty stuff. Sliced whole wheat bread. Zapple sauce. Orange flavored fruit juice. Probably just going to be sticking with drinking our water because we got all the sugar already. Then we got our heater, our spoon, accessory packet, matches in this one. What sounds like the FRH is working just fine already. Oh, then while that's doing its thing, I am going to go ahead and have this applesauce. Very good. But I do like to see more salty components in these and the sweet, because I'll probably still do the PB&J thing, but I'm going to save those sugar cookies for in the morning because we got some new coffee to try as well. It's tempting to make it tonight, but I think I will save. Because wait, did we even have coffee? No, I felt like there was something missing out of this. It's just been a while since I've cracked open an MRE, but there is no coffee in this particular one. Just the matches, gum, napkin, wet towelette, and salt. So. Okay, well I know this thing is steaming hot right now. The goal is going to be to get it out without burning myself. And there we go. That bad boy right there is about just too hot to touch with your bare hands. And we already know this one's good. It's been a while since I've had this exact one, and it does smell pretty solid. It sure is. And then right there, in case you haven't seen it before, that right there is what she looks like. I do wish I had some crackers to eat with it, because I think the bread, I don't remember if this is 1 piece or 2. Let me go ahead and open it and see. And we're going to take the thinner piece and have it with this. That's the way to do it. Alright guys, I'm going to take and finish eating this, and I'll probably get back with y'all whenever it's time to finish, like put our blanket in there and blow our pillow up and get the hay. Well guys, it is about time to hit the hay. I will say it feels really good tonight. Like, it's got to be probably, it's definitely upper 50s right now. Putting the smock on, I thought this is going to be phenomenal temperatures to sleep in. The only thing I still got left to do is, there's a Snug Pack jungle blanket. Won't need to begin with because we'll be closed up in the bivy, but we'll definitely probably want it whenever it dips kind of below 55. And then this is a Tepper pillow, and I don't think this one has a strap on it, which is fine for tonight. It's just got like a grippy back on it because it'll be enclosing the bivy with us, and I really don't need much of an incline on my noggin. Like that right there should be plenty. And then again, we got our hat on our head here to keep us stable. So I do want to go ahead and get let any creatures in there. Air pad's still inflated where we want it. By the time like their whole body weight's on there. Stuff that in there. And we'll use our feet to push it down over top of us, then we'll just lean it off to one side so we actually need it. Set our boots in our chair. It's actually going to work just fine. So even with the pillow, there's truthfully plenty of space here in this head net area because they have this wire. Oh, but then again, an advantage is still keeping your hat on at night is that anything that would potentially be draping down and hitting my face won't. But yeah, like right now, without really having, I got the blanket, it's kind of around my feet, but just kind of being up against the material a bit, it feels like a cooling bed sheet laying on you. And this pad, first time using it, where we just took and put, I'd say 80% inflated it. It's kind of taken and like matching the arch of my back very well. But again, the R value of this pad's way overkill for these temps and stuff, so it's more about just having the thickness of it for the increased comfort level. Guys, I'm going to take and just chill here, relax, and drift off, and unless anything anything eventful happens, I will talk to y'all in the morning, and we'll make ourselves a nice cup of coffee. So, good night. Oh, good morning, guys. How's it going? So, getting up fairly early this morning. That overall was a pretty solid sleep. It was fairly tight within this bivy with the sleeping pad. Like there was, no laying on your side or anything. It was just a full night of sleeping on your back. And I looked at the weather for this exact, area code and everything. It was showing that we're probably about 53, 52 degrees. And that feels about right. And especially since I'm in this bit of a dip here right beside this creek, we're probably right around that, 52 mark. It was really comfortable. I really do like this pad. And I can tell whenever I use it fully inflated and moored to, just sleeping directly on top of it, not have it squeezed into a bivy like this, then it'll perform really, really well. But I'm gonna have to take and throw the old smock on, and we'll take and get some water going so that we can have ourselves a nice cup of coffee before we have to pack up and head out. Alright, and then when I got that pack, they also sent some of this coffee. It's like the tea bag style coffee, so looking forward to trying it. And then we're going to get the sugar cookies that was left over out of our MRE. Alright, let's see how this is. Okay, pretty solid, because I just tried this one other time because I think there was 6 or 7 tea bag packets of this coffee, and the first one I made, I didn't really pay attention to the ounce recommendation. Normally it's like 6 to 8 ounces, and I made a 10-ounce cup and put one in it, but left it for about 6-7 minutes because the color looked fairly right. And then when I drank it, the flavor was okay, but it tasted pretty thin. So this time I've got probably about 6 or 8, well, probably about 8 ounces, and I still left it in there for about 7-8 minutes this time, and that is much better. So overall, like, it is better than instant coffee for sure. But let's take and open these up. These are always just broke to crap, but these sugar cookies still probably have less sugar than most cereal does now. I think one more try to do the sleep system instead of packing things individually. Since there was a pretty good amount of room left in our Daypack there, sleeping pad, and then try to just kind of squish everything, roll everything up, because there is a bit of moisture from the ground on the bottom of the bivy, and then I don't want to risk puncturing up. Like, Again, we didn't really have any problem. I think I got most of the things out of the way, but don't want to risk getting a tiny hole in that new sleeping pad. I think it's better just to try to go about doing it that way and just stuff her in the day sack. Alright, I know that'll fit no problem. I think that's actually almost a smaller form factor than the way we had it packed before. And there's still even a little bit of air left in that pad just because of the way the valve is on it. But definitely maybe not smaller than we had before, but again, it's that still gives us plenty of room for our chair and stuff to go on. Well, alrighty guys, we'll take and end things here. I still gotta just pack the tarp up. That's just stuffing it back in its stuff sack. Just make sure I got all my little doodads and doohickeys with me. So really appreciate you taking time to watch the video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, make sure you hit that thumbs up button, subscribe if you're not already, share the channel and videos with your friends, family, anybody enjoys good old outdoor activities and gear. Again, I will try to remember to link to everything that I used in the video down in the video description, so make sure to check that out. Hit me up in the comment section what you thought of some of the new gear, things you'd like to see in the future, ways you'd like to see some of this stuff utilized or tested. And with all of that said, until the next one guys, adios.